So the first chapter is Instruction on Self-Realization. And Janaka says in verse 1, Master, how is knowledge to be achieved, detachment acquired, and liberation attained? And what we'll do is the transcripts of the previous satsangs are also there. But for every verse we can look fresh, and I'm happy to hear from you also if you've contemplated and some insights have come about this. For me, it was very beautiful to read this verse first because many times we say that we want freedom. Many of us in satsang say, what are we here for? Self-realization, liberation, freedom. We say these things. But if I was to ask you, so what does it mean? I don't want to come back to
this planet.
don't want to come back. You want to be free from the cycle of birth and death. It's a good point. So, the cycle of birth and death, how does it perpetuate? Through our attachment. Because when we see that this, there is still some attachment or meaning given to this worldly realm, then it seems like this cycle can continue. So, what is it that we truly want? So, Janaka says, how is knowledge to be achieved and detachment acquired? Knowledge means what? Not the knowledge of a Pandit necessarily. What is knowledge of a Pandit? You can know a lot of scriptures. There are many in India who would have even memorized the entire Ashtavakra Gita. But it is not that kind of knowledge which is being spoken about. It is not about what has been memorized, what can be spoken, not even what is intellectually making some ground. What is this knowledge with a capital K? This knowledge must be that which is the true, direct experience of this truth. The direct experience of what is true knowing. What is knowledge itself? What is it to know something? We must explore this question and let go of that which only relies on other concepts. So if we have 100 concepts about something, we feel like I know something. If we have 100 concepts about Advaita, we feel like I know Advaita. So it is not about the knowing of concepts. That is mental or intellectual knowing. What is that? Which is a deeper knowing. That which knows that you are here. That which knows the sense of existence. Does it need a concept? To know that the body is breathing right now, do we need a concept? Only to call it breathing, you need the label of the concept. But to watch the breath, to know that breath is happening, does not need a concept. To know that this realm is appearing does not need a thought. It's not reliant on that thought. So, this knowing, that which knows the appearance of this realm of appearances, that which knows the appearance of this body, that which can know of my own existence, unreliant on any concept, to see that this is true knowing, independent of any idea we might have. See, this is the knowledge that he is speaking of. So Janaka was a king. All the scriptures, all the books, everything would be available to him. So he's not asking for which scripture should I read. Everything is already available. All the sages would be at his beck and call. But he's saying, how is knowledge to be achieved? Detachment acquired. So how do I come to this true knowing of the self? And detachment acquired means, we looked at this in the previous ones, where we looked at attachment being the sense that something is mine, being the sense that something is mine, and to have meaning to that. And we look at our life, we see my wife, my children, my house, my city, my country, my master, my style of spirituality, my favorite teaching, so full of this attachments, so full of this. This is what works for me. You see? So the basis for this mind, the basis for attachment seems to be this idea of me. Now we are going to discover that this me itself, this me itself is a fallacy, just a made up concept. The me that has all of this, which is mine, itself does not have a tangible existence. Then, once this is seen, then what attachment can we have? If the me itself does not exist, then what can really be mine? And I'm sure even the sage Janaka would have heard this before. The realm is changing, but he's still asking, how is detachment to be achieved? Because maybe we could look at the question and say, I know all of this. I know all of this is changing, and it is my attachment which is the problem. But how do I get to this detachment? Does it just because there are many, especially in spirituality, who are trying to let go of their attachments. Why doesn't it happen? They start with this: I'm going to lead a simpler life. I'm going to renounce the world. You see? But why don't they achieve the true detachment? Anyone would like to say something in the hangout?
That is also a kind of attachment only.
That itself becomes an attachment. You see, because as long as we operate from this sense of me, trying to be only energizing, giving more power to the sense of me itself. You see? As long as the sense of me is there, then the mind will keep changing.